That's basic.
Welcome, everybody, to this episode of Runs0br podcast. This is episode number...
We're not going to front 38 again, baby. 38, menino. Vamos lá.
We are a local Dallas-Fort Worth production. We do not only discuss running and sobriety, but all walks of life, for every one of us has a unique story. The journey begins and ends with you. Today, our special guest is Silvia.
Obegon?
Obegon.
Whichever you want to say.
Obegon. Nice. Yep. Next to me is
Eric J. Henderson.
Eric J. Henderson, and I am Brandon K. Veltman. So today, Silvia, we are going to discuss basically your childhood, where you were brought up, and what brought you to the DFW area if you weren't from here originally, and basically where your journey is now with the running community and what your future goals are. And so let's hear it from you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start again from the beginning.
We keep it real honest up in here. Tell them what happened. We can have our guest.
You're human. That's what happened.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, we got no shaming.
I
love
forgot
it.
to record the very beginning of this episode. So
this is hour 4. We went.
we just rehearsed what we were supposed to do.
I didn't say it. We're all human. It happens.
all good.
But at least I rehearsed it now, so it may sound smoother. I was born in Nicaragua.
Oh, Nicaragua, yes. Awesome. Yes. So I just went to, or I didn't just go. 3 years ago, I did an adventure to Nicaragua, and it was a running adventure, and we ran the jungles and the, I say jungles. I don't know if you would consider them jungles. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, there are.
Yeah, because it's like rainforest jungle style. I know there was monkeys above us, and they're making all kinds of, but I never saw any of them. But they're making all kinds of noise, like they were like, food. I don't know what they were doing. But we went up to some volcanoes, some live volcanoes. We went to through some coffee fields, and also we went to a sunken volcano and actually swam in like it formed a kind of like a lake, actually.
Did you?
And it was very secluded. There was nothing out there.
Okay. I was going to ask, did you swim in the lake with the white sharks?
Oh, no. I hope there was no white shark.
Let's not run over that. Can you explain more about that?
I don't know if it's white sharks, but it's the only lake in the world that has freshwater sharks.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like
I did not know that.
Yeah. So there's freshwater sharks. It's not. I think if I did my Googles, I believe from what I remember, it's one of 2 places in the whole world that has freshwater sharks. You probably could, look it up. But
no, a freshwater crocodile. That's
sounds
Dominican Republic.
That sounds dangerous. So
take us back though, since we're there. Take us out, not quite into the lake yet, but. Nicaragua. Start us right there with Silvia and Nicaragua.
Oh, okay.
Start us right there.
Well, my parents are from Nicaragua. I came to the States right before my 2nd birthday. We lived in Miami, Florida. My dad is from Managua, which is the capital. And then my mom is from the Región Autónoma Atlántica Norte, which just means a northern atomic Atlantic region. So just
nice.
the northern Atlantic
So you were
side.
on Pacific side, and your folks are from the Atlantic side.
There you go. There you go. Yes, yes. So my mom my mom is from the Atlantic side, and then my dad is from the Pacific side.
side. Okay, yeah.
So that's where So it's crazy that you say that, because that's always been the topic or the conversation as a kid is like, I'm from the Atlantic or I'm from the Pacific, and I never understood it because I lived in Miami, so we also had. I only ever knew the Atlantic anyway.
Yeah.
Like I only ever
Can't
knew
help
the
that
Atlantic.
boy.
So it was always interesting when you speak of the like family dynamics or just upbringing, right? Because my mom lived in the northern Atlantic side, which is a very Caribbean based culture, which is very different from the capital. And the capital is more Spaniard. I would say.
So do they have a different dialect?
So the Atlantic side, yes. So there's a north, there's a south, and they have their own dialect.
Do they have like a Caribbean twang?
Food too.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's Creole, like it's English Creole. But my mom isn't Creole. Like my mom, she's not. She's just a regular I don't know how to put it, but yes, regular person from Nicaragua.
Look, we'll walk right into it too on the show. But like, I don't know the proper name. I'm going to say it, and you're going to trust my heart. So
right?
yeah, she's
No.
regular.
So what I mean by that is, I don't want to say like, oh, my mom is black, because she's not, right?
Yeah.
But she did grow up around black folks, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
she grew up on that Caribbean side, but her herself was not. So
Right.
her and her family, no, they didn't speak English, like Creole English, but that's a very well known in that area,
in that region. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And shoot, you could run all up Latin, that coast right there up to Veracruz, Mexico. Black population still there.
Right.
Caribbean influence still there. It was the first place people landed in the Americas off of those ships.
Yeah.
And so all up and down the coast, Costa Rica, same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so basically my son's mother is from Guyana,
Okay.
which is the tip of South America, and that's the West Indies, considered West Indies. So
Yeah.
they're all the Guyanese have that same. They're Indian descent, so they look like Indians, but they talk like Jamaicans. So it's like
right next to Venezuela.
Yeah.
Technically, that's still South America.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
South
yeah.
America.
Yeah.
So that's right. That's so when I went over there, I've been over there 3 times, and
Really?
when I did go over there, it was definitely you weren't expecting that dialect to come from that area,
Yeah.
But I don't even know what I had if I had any expectations at all.
Did you go
that's
to the
the
jungle
only
there?
that's
They have
the
the
only
thickest jungle in the
Oh,
whole
no,
world.
no,
Like
yeah.
literally, you can't go 3
Right,
inches
yeah.
in a lot of places.
Yeah.
You can't get through it.
yeah, that's the only English speaking South American country.
Yes.
Is so
And
there's
Suriname is next door.
Suriname's Dutch Guyana, yeah. So they're speaking Dutch, and then the French Guyana also is going to be the third part of Guyana, which was when I went, they were very poor because of the the British colonized it, and then they left because there wasn't any resources really.
Ain't no gold.
There was sugar and sugar cane, but there is tons of gold there actually.
It's
They
funny
didn't
you bring
realize
that up.
yeah.
Because my mom, that's what she talks about a lot growing up, is she had so she's, again, this is why sometimes coming to the States, or what my mom talks about, my parents talk about, is a little bit, because my mom talks about the American culture that she grew up with, because they had gold mines that were by American folks that came over there during that time. Then there was war, XYZ, there's a whole political part of it, and then they left, right? But my mom talks about how growing up, like and again, we're talking about the Atlantic coast, the Pacific, like there's a lot of things that she grew up with that my dad just,
Like U.S. mining interests right there on the north coast. Yo,
or she just grew up with things. So imagine you as an American coming to another country, and you're bringing your own stuff. So you bring your Quaker oatmeal and your cereal and your Folgers coffee and so things and brands that my dad had no idea about, and my mom was like, well, we ate that growing up. Like, what do you mean? Like, and so it's just, it was interesting to me because she had that American influence because they took over. I mean, over the area that she was in or that she grew up in when she was little.
Right.
When she got older, it was different. But so she talks about a lot of that, and it's always interesting to hear.
So is it developed over there?
So
If they had a lot of gold, did you say there's a lot of gold?
There was gold.
So
I
there's
mean,
a lot of riches.
I'm pretty sure there is. Don't
Yeah.
quote me on that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's still gold.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I always remember when I would go there. My grandpa had like a bar, but it was like you would think it looks pretty, right? Like you're like, oh, perfectly shaped. It's not. It's just like some piece
A
of
chunk
like,
of gold.
right? Yeah.
Chunk of gold.
And it's just,
That's ill. I would love to see that.
and you would think. I mean, at least me. I'm like, I want it to be like all pretty, like you know, like you see in somebody's vault that's
With
like,
the numbers on it.
right?
Yeah.
No.
Where they stack evenly.
No, it was just like a blob,
Like if somebody walks in the living room, what's that?
it's
Forget
a
that
rock.
piece. Like,
It's
yeah. Meanwhile, it's pure gold.
But
Yo,
Which
right
also-
now
which
is
also-
freaking nuts.
which also brings on like just the things that you grow up with, like my and I'll talk about probably a lot about my mom, but like in her head, gold is at least 24 carats. Like if you're wearing,
Oh yeah.
like if you're
That's
wearing
gold for her.
That's
like
real
if,
gold.
Like
Yeah.
if you're wearing
14.
14, you're like, she's like,
Yeah.
If you're wearing 10, she's like, bah.
and if it's gold plated, she would be like,
Oh wow.
No, you don't eat today. You're like, yeah, I'm sorry. May I have your plate, please?
no. But it's just funny to me because growing up, like, you know, you see fashion, you know, like things on Claire's. Like as a kid, I used to love Claire's, and my mom would be like, "I'm not buying you that. Like that's fake." And I'm just like, "Well, ma'am, like."
So did you get gold from the motherland or no?
So a lot of this gold that my mom has is from Nicaragua, and as I've gotten older, I've taken some stuff from her.
As you should.
Yeah, my parents separated, so I took her her band.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
so I have her band.
Thief. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
You
the
asked her-
last time I went there,
24K.
I asked her for it. I was like, "Can
does
I?"
she
keep
live
it?
at home? Back
She
there?
lives in Miami.
Oh, Miami. Okay.
So my parents, both of my parents are in Miami. So the last time,
Oh,
so that's
you
when
left Miami.
I left Miami. Sorry. So yes, we
No, I love this. You just rounded us into the story, but
The
Sylvia
thing
did
is,
send
sorry.
us around the
your
world
parents
first.
still
We've
together?
been
No, my
Oh,
parents,
okay.
my parents did. So that's why I said
They're
well,
separated
when
in
my-
Miami.
They did.
Okay.
They did.
Nice.
They did. So yeah, so that's the next part. Yes. So I grew up in Miami, Florida.
Nice.
So I was there since I was 2 years old, and then I lived there until I left for school. I went to Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida.
Nice. Seminole, huh?
Yes.
Cool. That's where Deion Sanders went.
It is.
That's
yes.
right.
Nice.
So I went there, was there for 4 years, and then I decided to come back home. So I came back home, and I lived there for about 5 or 6 years. About
Back
5
home in Miami.
Back home in
Oh,
Miami.
okay.
Sorry. I guess I need to like home. Like there's birth home.
home and home. Where you from?
Right? Oh, that's
I don't even.
yeah. We're not even gonna go with that question.
I know you.
That question is always
Where you?
when we were little, it was hard.
I'm from the parking lot. You just saw me get out of my car, so let's just
Yeah.
leave it there.
What are you like that? I've heard that before.
Oh, yeah. That's horrible, I think. And so it says, what are you?
I lived in Barcelona for a while. And
Okay.
I didn't know it could exist in other ways. Like, pero tú no eres. I said, yes, I am. Where are you from? I said, I'm from here. But where from? Yeah. I said, no. So anyway.
Yeah.
So the one time I did go to it was Madrid. And I think my Spanish wasn't up to par. No era castellano, you know, like it wasn't up to everyone. And the few people that I did
Y'all
speak
the only
with,
ones that speak that.
the few people that I did speak was like, esta no es de aquí. Like she's not from here. Like
Oh, wow. They called you out right away, huh?
Pero que haces, tío, es que estás hablando con esta chica que no sabe hablar esto.
eso es, yeah. Like that.
And then
was
you get
it.
down to Sevilla and that niño, ¿qué tú estás haciendo por ahí? In Sevilla. They talk total, it's total north-south type stuff, but I can see in Madrid where they would be like a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you live in Barcelona for a little bit? Didn't you? Yeah.
Seville,
Yeah.
Barcelona.
Nice.
Totally different worlds. Yeah. The classic north-south type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that brings me to I came back home, lived in Miami for about 5 or so years. The cost of living,
After Florida State, you stayed in Miami.
yeah. Then the cost of living got a little bit high. I don't know if you guys know the cost of living in Miami is
Oh,
pretty
it's ridiculous.
yeah. So I was finishing a master's program at Florida. So I was doing it online in Miami, but it was still at Florida State.
Yeah.
And I finished that program, and
Nice.
they were offering a position in still Florida State University.
Mm-hmm.
We're offering a position in different states throughout the United States. So I was like, yeah, let's go. And it felt like a safety net because I'm still working I was still going to work for Florida State University.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to was like, okay, I'm going to go. So they shipped me off. That's what I like to say. But I was like, they shipped me off to Ohio. And I lived in Ohio for 3 years. And then after that position ended.
And what was this actually? What were you doing?
What discipline was?
So I have a master's in social work. So it was a research position in social work, working with individuals who were going to release from prison.
Wow.
So we were doing interviews with them for research to see if a reentry program that we were developing was effective. So it was like the second phase of the project, and it was all through Florida State University, through the Institute for Justice Research and Development, and they were checking to see if this model that they were doing was going to be effective. So the next states were Indiana, Ohio, and South Carolina. So I took a leap of faith and decided to go to Ohio.
Nice.
And I lived there for 3 years. Things went a little bit different just because the pandemic hit.
Was it cold there?
Oh, shoot,
It was cold.
You like cold weather?
You get 6 months of that there, I think.
It
You're coming
was,
from Miami. I mean, you probably don't like cold weather, do you?
I don't mind the cold as long as the sun is out.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Which is that's how I knew that I couldn't stay long term because
Ain't no sun up there.
so I was doing therapy with folks because I have a master's in social work, so my license is in social work, and I still took clients in Ohio, and I was just at the time I was just still learning. Like you learn a lot of what you learn like on the field, right? Like, and I knew what seasonal affective disorder was, but I didn't know what seasonal affective disorder was until it started affecting me. And it was lack of, simple things that I could fix, right? Like lack of vitamin D, but it was, I had to leave I had to make sure that I left the house every single day because and this is in the midst of the pandemic. So you have,
Man, stare right at it like, here, man.
and then I'm living in Ohio by myself with no one, like I don't know anyone. There's a pandemic going on. It's the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
So then that's when I truly I was like, oh, this is like the lack of sun truly can have a huge effect on you.
Oh yeah. Were you depressed?
I was not clinically depressed. I'll admit that. Like just from a standpoint, not clinically depressed, but I did understand that everything going on was causing an effect.
And you see that Seattle, Ireland, Northern Europe, that it's
Alaska.
a real thing.
Yeah.
But to be able to consciously live it and go like, hey, wait a minute, I'm in that thing. It's almost like a meta awareness, but it's kind of cool to.
It sometimes, and I say this, I think I laugh at myself sometimes because it's like, what's wrong, but it's I think I have more grace with people that don't know what's wrong, right? Because you don't know what's going on.
Right.
But then I don't give myself grace because it's like, what's going on. Yeah. And you tell people how to fix it.
You're falling victim to this.
Yeah.
Thing.
So it's
wow.
So it's
It's
like
what we asked Kelly Reverb.
So it's like, how do you not do what you need, what you need to do to fix it? I give grace to everyone else who doesn't, right? Like you don't have the tools. You don't know what's wrong, but I genuinely knew what's wrong.
Yeah.
But then time there, I appreciate, and I talk about it a lot, probably more than I definitely should. People are like, are you tired of talking about Ohio? It's like, it's just because to me, I felt like that was my second, I don't want to call it college, but just the second time in my life where it had an impact of who I am today. I think college was like a big part of like growing up and like becoming an adult and doing this. But I think leaving home and going to a place where there's no one that you know. There's like, home is not an 8-hour drive. It's a, I don't know how many hour drive, and like, and a flight.
2.5 hour flight.
Right. So there was no escaping. Right. And then I don't know, this sounds really, and again, some of this is psychological, but it's like I was landlocked for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's like there's no water.
Yeah.
Like, granted, the lake was a couple hours north.
It was a long couple
So it was just, it was a weird feeling because
Did you have a pet?
no
pet.
I'm not a
Good. I hate to be judgmental, but I'm gonna judge that. Like, no,
Did you find a
I'm
boyfriend?
not gonna have my dog as a human. Like,
no
Or a cat.
no.
You didn't find a boyfriend in 3 years. There.
In sheer
So
truth.
you were a loner then. You were lonely.
There was someone in my life, but the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah, true.
And that made things a little difficult.
Yeah.
So what should have been probably a smoother ride, made it a little bit difficult because of the pandemic.
Right.
so here's a thing. It's so cool to be having grown up in that place and then consciously dropping in another. I have an idea for a study abroad program I've been putting out, and I'm actually working on it, which is to take a kid from Vermont, drop him in Texas, take a girl from Florida, drop her in Ohio, and not for the negative, because I have no shame in saying I went to Staten Island and no, there ain't nothing there for me. I'll say that out loud, but I do love that I've been there and I get how they can get it, but I can't. But I've more than most New Yorkers. I haven't been to Staten Island. I'm like, at least I went around 13 miles to figure it out. And so if I could take somebody and you have the experience, what did you notice? And the curriculum would be this: what's the food? What's the language? What are the body movements? Do people communicate differently? And we think we're all the same, but no. I bet from Miami to Ohio, when somebody wants to say like, "Excuse me," like in New York, they don't say anything; they just look at you, which means "excuse me." In Texas, say he didn't even say "excuse me." I'm like, my man, he just looked at you. That means "excuse me."
Yeah.
So tell us the Ohio from where you grew up.
It's "excuse me, sir" in Texas, right?
Yo, it really is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir and ma'am.
Sir and ma'am. It is.
In Miami, ain't no sir and ma'am,
Ain't
is
no,
there?
Oh, no.
no. Yeah. No, but sir and ma'am is the Texas way. Like,
And we don't even hear it till we leave. You say "sir," and then people are looking around. Like,
Yes, sir.
it's just our language.
that's just how they're raised here. Yeah.
So it was the Miami, Ohio, and not the Miami, Ohio. University of Miami.
Oh yeah, there is a
There is a university, which was interesting because when I did tell people initially I'm from Miami,
They thought you were from that school. Miami, Ohio. Yeah. Our
I
kids
had
went
to
there too.
like explain. I was like, I mean like South Florida, like Miami, Florida.
Was that close to the school?
Hey, where did y'all live in Miami? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh yeah, no, and I love Miami enough to talk about it all day.
I almost moved to Cutler Bay. You know where that is?
Yeah, it's a little down
okay.
south. Yeah, I grew up. I guess it's unincorporated Dade. So here in Dallas, we call it like Dallas proper, right? So that would be like it was. But in Miami, we would call it like unincorporated or incorporated Dade. So I lived in an area that was like unincorporated Dade, but technically it was like south of us was like Liberty City, and then like west of us is Hialeah, and then like that little area was probably like north side or like West Little River if it had like a neighborhood name. So I grew up there until we bought a house in Miami Gardens. So then that's when I lived in Miami Gardens until right now I'm going home in like a couple days. So I'm going to Miami Gardens. Yeah.
So are you a Miami Heat fan?
I am not a huge Heat fan.
Are you a basketball fan?
I like basketball. I like the Celtics.
Oh,
but I probably like.
It's cool to
Why
find
Boston?
Texas right now. No, I think that is how we do it. Let's go.
Celtics.
Listen,
Holy smokes.
This conversation can go any other direction with me.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But I'll try to keep it linear. But I'll add the side. I did for a really long time. I wanted to move to Boston. I thought I was a Boston. Like in my head, I was moving to Boston.
Where did that idea come from?
I have no idea.
I love that.
I have
It's
no
just
idea.
there.
I have no idea. I was like, I love the New England Patriots. Like, I love the
That's your
Boston
season
Celtics.
now. now.
Celtics.
This is your season
Okay.
now.
The Red Sox were like the
I
Red
like the
Sox.
Boston Red Sox just because they have the B on the hat, but that's another
I
reason.
couldn't because of the Yankees, and I'm not even a Yankee. I'm a Mets, but yeah.
But so in my head, I was gonna move to Boston. I did eventually. I have visited Boston, and then I was like, yeah, this isn't.
It stays gray there.
This isn't
too.
for me.
The whole
It's
seasonal
even-
effective thing, and they enjoy it out in Boston. I'm gonna say that out loud. They're like,
So what's in comparison to Ohio? Are the seasons similar?
To
Boston. Yeah.
I think it's colder in Boston.
Yeah, I bet.
I think it gets a lot colder in Boston than it does in Ohio.
I've never been ever in my life. So Neither.
Neither.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta get you up north.
well, I
just
I-
go
I lived
anywhere in the United States. It's so funky.
I lived in
one flag,
McLean,
but
Virginia.
50 different countries and 50 countries within each one of those. Like the food, if you heard the Wisconsin cannibal sandwich, I'm like, come on, B, really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Raw meat on Wonder Bread with a little onion. So that's why I always wonder. You go to a place like Ohio.
Holy smoke! Hold on,
Wait,
hold
it-
on,
it
hold
was
on, hold
hit
on.
in Cincinnati, for example.
Hold on. Wisconsin's where Jeffrey Dahmer's from.
Oh, that's a bad.
Is it?
And it's called a cannibal
I hope they named the sandwich way
Holy
before that. Yeah.
smokes.
No, they didn't. But they eat. But in Cincinnati, I was there one time, and so I ordered a bowl of chili, right? And it's what they do out here, right?
Okay.
I said, "Oh, ma'am, I didn't want any spaghetti." She said, "What spaghetti?" I said, "There's spaghetti that's sitting in this bowl right here," and they don't see it. It's just what they do. Spaghetti comes with stuff. I was like, "So you got random spaghetti? That's some shit." That's a Cincinnati thing, though.
There is, yeah. I didn't know that there was a thing called Cincinnati chili until I went somewhere and it was like Cincinnati chili, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, what's the difference
I think the flavor is different.
from
It's
all
a
over?
whole different setup. They got surprises in there I haven't seen in Chile.
Yeah. So I'm pretty adventurous with food. I will admit that. Like
I saw you eating chili not that long ago.
yeah.
Did you make that yourself?
I made those chilies. Yeah.
I made my chili too. My chili's
Ooh, okay.
it's top notch.
I love
Yeah.
that in
But-
New Mexico where they do it by drying out those peppers and grinding them. Anyway,
Mine had jalapenos in it.
Yeah.
we,
But it wasn't dried up.
derailed you after.
It's okay. Ohio.
Yeah, take us. Yeah, we were talking
So-
because it's so amazing. Like from Miami to Ohio, and then okay.
Then wanting to be in Boston and be a Celtics fan. A Red Sox fan, I get. Yeah, I always liked Red Sox my whole life. Patriots, I can't stand. I hope they lose against Seattle. So
That's so mean.
that's just me. But
That's just mean.
yeah,
But
continue on. Yeah,
so I lived in Columbus, and then when my position was up, I got offered the opportunity to remain on the same project, but it was I would have to move to Lincoln, Nebraska.
oh, wow,
And
wow,
your face.
I have driven through. I'm like, I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's hear about this.
I did. So I did visit it. I did.
How was that?
I visited. I stayed a week in Lincoln,
give
and
it a
to
fair
get.
look.
I appreciate my employers at the time and my boss because she was like, I want you to make a good decision. So she gave me a week to stay in Lincoln and to drive between Omaha and Lincoln because a lot of the work was gonna be done in Omaha, but they needed someone in Lincoln. It's like an hour or so drive. It wasn't that long of a drive.
yeah.
And it was just that. And I think what I got afraid of was to live the same experience that I did in Ohio again. And that's why I decided, I was like, I appreciate y'all, but like, I'm so sorry. I can't continue. And it's because I think Ohio is a great place. I think that Columbus is an amazing city. I love it. I think that, especially where I lived, I think it was a good place to raise children, to have a family.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have as big a diversity as I was used to, right? I'm coming from Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
So it's like there isn't this diversity as much as that. And then the weather was an impact as well. Cause it's like, do you really want to be indoors for 4 months, 5 months out of the year? Do you really want to?
Yeah.
And those were real decisions. I think the pandemic had a lot to do with it because if I wouldn't have had that experience, I think that it would have been different. Because when I was leaving was when I was venturing out and like meeting friends and having like going out and meeting people and getting to know people and all that stuff. once I was like, I'm about to leave. So it was like, well, do you stick around for another year and see if this is like gonna work out? And then at that point,
You know what it is already.
right. And I'm also at that point, I'm also like going on faith because I don't have a job. So it's like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. This is the time to do it.
exactly. So at this point, it's like, okay, well, you either find a job, stay here, or you find a job elsewhere and leave. And then that's what happened. So I did. I found a job here in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I moved here. And yeah, I always think that it was meant to happen, or just I believe in faith. I think we talked about it earlier, right? And I believe that it was just where I was supposed to be because this was I only applied to one job in Dallas, Texas. And then I applied to like a million jobs in Houston,
Yeah.
a million jobs in Austin, probably like 2 or 3 in Tampa, Florida, because I was
Trying to get back.
I was like, if I go back home, I didn't want to go back to South Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa's that's a dumpster, I think. Sorry.
Wow, you're just bashing everything.
No. I went for a race, so that buckle over there, that long haul 100 was a 100-miler.
Okay.
And long haul is right outside of Tampa, Lakeland, Florida.
Okay.
That's where that
Yeah,
is. And I flew into Tampa, and I even the stadium, I was just like, where the Buccaneers play. I was like, that's a dump hole.
But you know what?
But
Here's
that's
why
just me.
You don't
maybe
feel it.
maybe I'm a stuck up guy from Dallas, so I'm just like
The Bay is beautiful.
Jonestown
Oh, it
is
is.
way better than that stadium. So I was like, and then just traveling around there, I saw nothing against trailers. I like trailers, you know,
Okay.
because I'm in ultra running, and I would love to even live in a trailer. I don't mind.
Okay.
But there's so much trailers in that area, and I'm just like, man, was this where the trailers originated from? Because there's so much here.
Like trailers like that people live in, or like
Yes.
I've had,
And dealers that are selling the damn trailers. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
There's so much. I'm like, holy smokes, man! This must be
It's
the
a Tampa thing.
It must be. I don't know.
maybe
Maybe I'm traveling to
West Florida
Lakeland,
thing?
Yeah.
and maybe that's where when I was traveling up to there, I was seeing a lot of that. And not only that, I had a bad experience. Okay, so I end up having to get a hotel last minute, and I did, and they're putting up what's that group that does like storm damage? What are they called? FEMA, yeah. So this is a FEMA hotel, and they're putting up people, and it's like, man, it was just bad news, man.
But what you're doing is cool because
I'm sorry if I'm trashing Florida.
I don't feel any need to say, oh, I love this place. I'm saying I've been there, and then I think you need to see as many places in the U.S. because they're just different. But you wouldn't double down on the Midwest because it's not. I lived in Chicago. For me, even Chicago, it's like, yeah, I think I get it now. I'm not going to double on it.
It's crazy because, and I see it now, and that's what I said. I appreciate everything because it brings you full circle to exactly where you are because
You build context.
right there you go. It's the reason why I understand where you're coming from, right? Like because I understand. And I say this a lot, especially I don't really talk politics as much. I used to a lot, like, I'll give you that. But now
It's not a good time to do that anywhere. You know, right?
But what I say from that is before it was a very gung ho, like this is what I think, this is what I think. I don't care what you think, like this is what I think. Now my perspective on it is like you think this way because this is what you see, this is what you've experienced.
I've only seen
this is who
one
you are.
weekend. Yeah, I only got one
And
weekend
if
of
you-
experience. But
Right.
that was what I saw like
Right.
the whole time, and I was like, I didn't get a positive out of, and I'm not hating on it because I even had a coworker. She just moved to Tampa, and I was just like, have fun. But she's from there originally, you know. And I was like, well, you're going back home at least, you know. But
I mean, I've been back here about 5 years.
Okay.
From New York City, 25 years there.
Okay.
And if you say, just like your people in Miami, maybe not all Florida, you say, where are you moving? Texas. They're like, yo, they don't wear shoes in Texas. Everybody talks about Texas and New Jersey.
Right,
Just so you know, in New York City, they say, where you from? I say, Texas. And they
Everybody
look down
has
to
New
see if
Jersey,
you have
yeah.
shoes on. And then I remember one time in a meeting, I won't say the business, I said, well, I was talking to some people in Texas who were thinking the same thing. And they were like, when they said, "What do you mean all those backwards Trump voting?" I said, "Well, actually, I was talking about my mother. So tell me about my backwards mother." And the meeting is quiet. I'm like, no, because the thing is, they immediately shoot right out of stereotype. But there's one piece of Texas home training, which is when you get into someone's home and you've been here for a little bit, if you don't like it, and she comes by and say, "Would you want some more?" Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
If you think something's ugly, nothing is ugly, nothing's bad. Like the manners, and it goes with the sir and everything. But in New York, they would just come off the top of their heads, and I said, "Look what you walked into." They said, "But you don't sound like you're from Texas." I said, "Well, you don't sound like you've been to Texas. I ain't the only one what can read in my family."
Yeah.
So you're moving around is like any place you see. That's why I was asking, like, it must be cool to just see different.
So, but from
places.
Miami, I've been to Miami. I almost moved there. So, but from Miami to Tampa, though, I don't know. What did you think?
I mean,
you were thinking about moving there, right?
Yeah, no, it was. I had said like if I went back to Florida, it wasn't going to be Miami. I was probably going to move to Tampa. Some people say Orlando, but Orlando is definitely more
Orlando.
Yeah, and it's more family oriented. I think that
It's more Disney.
It's where all of
make their
Disney.
money,
Yeah, it's where all of Disney is, and it's definitely more like just family oriented because of that. Tampa at the time, well, we're talking. I mean, now it's like 5 years from 5 years ago. A lot of people were saying that it was like where young adults were going, like young adults in Florida.
Got the Bay.
So it was like being in Tampa would be like a good.
And so I never saw the Bay part.
Okay.
So that could be a big thing too. I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Have you been West Coast since you're moving around? What do you think? What do you think about San Francisco, LA, or San Diego? Anything like, or even just Oregon?
No. That's so my brother, and that's what I said. Full circle. I was just trying to get through my life story. It's my brother and my sister-in-law and my nieces and nephews, like they live in California. So I actually go to California pretty often. So in the midst of moving from Ohio to Texas, I lived in California that summer.
Oh yeah. What part?
So they live in this little town called Victorville, which is on the way to Vegas.
Okay.
So
you're out there.
probably like 2-ish hours from LA, but that's probably because of traffic. I can't tell you the
It's like desertish around you.
Yes,
there.
it's the high desert. So that's actually what it's called. It's called the high desert.
Wow.
So I stayed there that summer before, because like I said, didn't have a job.
Oh, good.
So I left my job in Ohio, and I left all my stuff because I needed to move, and then I went to California to stay with my brother and sister-in-law, and then it was just like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna stay here. And then after that, I got a job and moved to Texas. So I wasn't even there the whole entire summer, but I did spend like.
Are you running in these places? Where do the feet start moving?
Okay, where right? This is what we're about.
We're about all this too. We need
Okay.
context. Now we have context for the feet,
about
because you just said they were running in all these places.
Yeah.
So let's go.
So I think my running journey probably did start in college, which we did kind of skip over a little bit. I did not. I am not. I'm not a college athlete. I'm not an athlete.
You just started doing it for fitness.
I started running in college mostly because I needed an escape in the sense, a mental escape. I had my roommate freshman year. She ran track in high school. So we would go to the track freshman year, and I would run. I would just be there. So because you're college, 2 girls in college, and just for safety reasons, right? We would walk together. It wasn't that far from our dorm room. We would walk together and just go. And then I just kind of started just running around the track. And I never took it as like anything. But when times in college got a little bit difficult, or when things got difficult, I always found it like helpful to go for a run. Like I just did. Like I was like, just go for a run. There was no pace, no rhyme, no reason, nothing behind it. It was just to go for a run. So when I got home, So when I moved back to Miami, I think there was like that point in time where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like, I don't know if people have experienced that, but it's like, I come back home and it's like, this isn't home. I'm supposed to be an adult, but like, I don't know how to be an adult. And like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, running was always the one thing that like I would always just go for a run. And then for health, like you said, for health reasons or just for reasons, it was the one thing that I knew how to do, if that makes sense. Like I truly do feel like anyone can just throw on a pair of shoes and go for a run. Like everything else takes effort, time, but
gear and like whatnot.
Yeah, I think as you evolve, as you evolve, the gear is important. The right running shoes is important.
We just talked about that. Yeah.
Everything like as you evolve, but in that early on, it's like I didn't care like how far I was going. I didn't care how fast I was going. I didn't care how long it took me. It just made me feel better. And then that was the one thing that like I think I always did. Then I moved to Ohio, and then I would run there. I think at that point was when I started dabbling with like distance in the sense of like running 9 miles, running 10 miles, like running a little bit further. Still not caring how long it took. Granted, I had nothing better to do at the time, but it's just like still not caring how long it took. It was actually the Columbus Marathon in 2019.
Oh,
so
nice. Yeah.
I did not run it, but in 2019, so this is why it's important. I was like, I can do this. Like I was like, I can run a marathon. I was like, why? Like,
So
why not? Like,
what were you? So you said you didn't run it.
I did not. Well, that was 2019 was when the first time that I saw the marathon.
Oh, so you watched?
So I watched it.
Oh,
So
okay. You went to spectate. Okay.
yeah. So I
Did your roommate run it or nobody? Nobody you knew.
No one I knew. So I had just moved. So I moved to Columbus in July of 2019.
Oh yeah, that was a freshman roommate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
You don't know nobody. I forgot.
No. It's okay. I had moved to Columbus July of 2019, and the marathon is in October. So October of 2019. So I said, "Oh yeah, I'll run. I want to run the Columbus Marathon next year. Next year is 2020, right? So then COVID hit, and then it just never happened. And I think the reason why is because I, at the time, and even now, like I know people who put on these events, and I always got scared of the sweeper. So like all I knew about marathons is the sweeper. Like that's
like
the last, like the person who's getting swept up, right? Like, and that was my fear. Like my fear was like, I don't want to like not cross the finish line. Right. And this is coming from like what I was telling you earlier when you first, I was like, you have to be grateful to cross the finish line.
Yeah.
But I had never ran. And to me, in my head, in my world, like only elites run marathons.
Runners. Yeah.
Right. Only real runners.
You're a runner.
You're a runner. Like,
That's still to this day, I think. Only the elites run marathons.
Like that's what I thought. So I knew there was cutoffs.
You're a runner.
So I knew, and I'm still a fan today about marathon logistics, like shutting down the streets and like the stations and the volunteers and the timing and all of that. Like I think I gained an insight because I knew someone who was working in this field and knew this and so I think that brought on a fear of like, you can't run a marathon because what if you get swept? And that's so embarrassing. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I'm not trying to get embarrassed.
So you feared the worst.
Yeah.
We all come from the outside. I'm in New York City. I see all these guys with a 4-inch split short that I'm never ever gonna wear. But once I started getting into running, I'm like, those are the guys I would point out. Oh, you're a runner. I'm gonna put these Chuck Taylors on, and I'm gonna catch you in 3 miles of the 6 around Central Park. Because then you discover, like, crap, they're just freaking people. Yeah. And you're a runner.
Right. Now I'm okay with calling myself a runner, but it took a while to get there because, like I said, to me in my head, I was like, I'm not like
just out here.
I just do this for fun. Like I don't know anything. And then time went on, and I just kept putting it off and never did it. Then I moved to Dallas, and I actually saw one of my friends that I knew in Columbus run the Columbus Marathon in October. And that's when I was like, I'm just gonna sign up for the Dallas Marathon. Like it wasn't even like it was just like
So no half or anything
Just go.
before.
no, because at that point I wanted to prove to myself that I could
bypass the half.
do the distance in the allotted time. Because it wasn't so much about it wasn't at that point, it wasn't so much about the distance, right? Because it's like I know I can do 13.
Anybody can be out there in a day. I mean,
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It was
So what is the allotted time for
so
Dallas?
Dallas is
6?
6.5 hours. Yeah. So in my head, it was like all you gotta do is like make it in 6.5 hours. Like that was my
You beat that by 2, didn't you?
I beat it by no, not even. Like I beat it by like I think my first time was like 5:17, so like an hour.
First time.
Yeah, an hour.
First time, just sign up, not without training regimen, all that mess.
Yeah, I hindsight 2020, I didn't train, but in my head at that time, I did train. Like if you would have asked me in so this was 2022, right? So if you would have asked me in 2020, I trained hard, but hindsight
3 times I ran 8 miles.
You feel me? Like I did a lot. You know, I
That's
accumulated
24 miles.
I accumulated like almost 100. No, no, seriously.
I love that though, because it teaches you what the marathon is. I
And then-
trained on a 30 day, and then I said I just have to beat Oprah. Oprah ran 4:26. That's a reasonable.
I beat her now, but like
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't beat her then. So that's how so then that's how the running. So in my head, just being honest, I thought I was just gonna be done with running. Like I was like, this is it. You moved to a new place.
One and done.
We're done. You just needed to prove to yourself that you can do it.
Just you.
That's it. Like you're in a new city. Like what are you fearing? What like I said, running was a way of like just getting out or mentally better. And like you're in a good place. Like
Can you take us to the finish line? I don't know what the vibe is like when you finished Dallas BMW. What was that already?
It was
Smile.
like it was like wow, that wasn't hard. A. And then B was like, I wonder what happens if I try.
Oh, you didn't even try?
No.
You know it. That's
And that was the reality. That's why I said hindsight 2020. Because if you would have asked me in 2022, I would be like, I trained hard and I did this and I I did this many miles and like I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a plan. Didn't even follow a Nike plan. There was I could tell you I did probably the dumbest thing that anyone can do is that I ran 20 miles the week before. No, the week before the marathon. So like in that week, I ran like 50 miles because I ran 20 and then like 10 and then like whatever.
That's a mean taper right there, boy. The fact that you ran your time is dope because that now it means like, I just ran 20. Nobody walks into that running 20.
But you just said something. It was like I couldn't even tell you what a taper was. Like I was like, what? I wouldn't. You just used a word that I would have at that time been like, I don't even know what that is. And I thought that like
Total taper.
I don't even know what a taper was.
Yeah.
But and for that I'm grateful because I always say it like that race accomplished what it needed to accomplish, which was I just wanted to prove to myself that I could finish.
I wouldn't trade that. How we get in is how we get in. Plus, you can speak to Brandon. A friend of ours, Bam. I don't know if you know him. Beast mode kid, dude. He runs like crazy, but you go in and out of cycles of, I'm in it. Chuck Taylor's, not basketball shorts, never that, but still, I'm not wearing the splits. But then you get in, and I say, I'm a runner, and then you start going, and I'm like, nah, that ain't it. Then you get back to the joy, which is what Bam said, and it's what you said. Like, I'm out here, and it feels good. And this dude flows through the woods like a deer.
Yeah.
And he's out there, and it feels good, and he's killing everything. And I think unless we have the joy, we've trained together, and it's like it doesn't work without the
It doesn't.
joy. It sounds corny to say it.
No, you're absolutely. I think I lost a little of that joy training for Houston. So I just ran Houston in January. Well, it is January, but like actually February 1st today.
Yeah,
but
we're out of January.
But I think it got to a point where and again I'm new to this running world, so I don't. And when I say new,
how many marathons do you have under you?
3. So this is the third one. We can talk about the second one, OKC, which is that was a interesting one. But this one specifically, I can say that I did it lose that joy a little bit in the
Really?
in the middle. And I got
happens to all of us. You go in cycles of.
I got a little scared because it was like, I don't know if I want to do this. And it was like that same thing where it's like, why are you doing this? Right. And then we talked about earlier about prayer and God and this and that. And like, there was one run specifically that like, that said, it was like, I literally had to ask God. Like, I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, why am I doing this? And all I could hear was like, just keep going. And it was like,
You ask it honestly. The question asks itself almost. Like,
yeah, like it's like, just keep going. And it was like, I finished that run and it was like, and then just do the next and just do the next and just do the next and just keep going.
Yeah.
But it did get to a point, and that comes from just learning in general. So I don't have, and I admit this, like I have to correct my form, right? Because I didn't run as a kid. I didn't play sports as a kid. I didn't do any of this. So I don't have any of those dynamics, this and that. Incorporating strength training and like understanding how that plays a role in like in your running. So understanding that like you're not giving strength training enough time because you're running miles and it's hard to do both, and you got a full-time job, and I'm not using any of this. I'm just saying
No,
like
I understand that
just
completely.
like
the laziest thing I do
Totally
is
get
run, as opposed to stretching and strength training. But
Right.
I'm putting it in now because
Right?
you have to.
So so throughout this cycle, there was a moment where I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. And I think it also came because it was like, I saw my goal time, like just slowly slipping away, meaning like, I'm feeling injured. I'm not mentally feeling the best. And like, it truly felt like, I don't know what to do. Like in the sense of like, I could strength train and run, but there's also so much time you have in a
Very
day.
consciously, you're seeing this like it's going away,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to address
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So, and it did. I mean, I'm in the grand scheme. I adjusted my time, right? Like I wanted to run in this, I wanted to run a sub-4 marathon, and I adjusted my time, and I did accomplish my adjusted time. But at the moment, the goal time was the goal time, right? So like I felt that slowly slipping away, right? And then, like you said, it was like not finding joy. And even the day of Houston, what I'm most grateful of is that I remember the whole race.
Yeah.
I had fun the whole race.
Nice.
I enjoyed the whole race.
Yeah.
I executed what I needed to execute it, like my actual like plan, like race plan got executed properly. And for that, I'm grateful. Like, because like I said, there was that one moment in the midst of it where I was like, this is just like, I don't know if this
Okay,
is-
so that's what I was good. So all of that happened pre-race and
Yes,
the lead up to
yes,
it.
like
and then during the race, it was a flow.
It was, it took a while. It took probably like the last month to get there, where the last month was like, okay, like you're going to do this and you're going to do it properly and you're going to try your best. And you're going to be proud that you tried your best. Right. And
Could you have dropped out? Then were you that close to saying, you know what, I'm just going to do something different and not feel bad about it?
see, that's where I struggle with.
Yeah.
I struggle with,
There ain't no dropping out.
there ain't no dropping out.
Yeah,
But,
You ain't even got to
but,
say it. No.
That's good.
That's this
But
man.
but-
That's right.
I hear you. Don't drop out.
He left me in the woods because I told him to go. There ain't no dropping out. All right.
but I know that there's times when you should.
Yes.
Right? Now,
1 year injury, and he's got injury for not dropping out. We both have it.
I have injuries all the time. Yeah. Because
But
I
it's-
don't quit for some reason
It's-
when I should.
But there's a
It's-
difference between stopping and quitting. And that's
Right.
it's hard to.
Yeah.
You
It's-
don't know until you've been up against a real wall.
right. And I think that's why I say I go back to Oklahoma City, because I ran Oklahoma City fully injured. And hindsight 2020, I don't remember anything that happened.
Yeah.
Like
A race, but like what happened?
I could not tell. Like, people tell me, did you see the flags? And I was like, there were flags. Did you see the hill? There was a hill. Like, and I don't mean, it's just because I don't remember.
No,
Like,
it's
I don't.
actually-
It was not a pleasurable experience because I was in so much pain. And then on top of that, like, you still didn't meet your goal. So that was marathon too. So it's like, so that was hard, because it was like, okay, you ran through pain, you are still in pain, and you still didn't meet your goal. So like, why did you do that to yourself? Like, it was It was
And could have caused a permanent.
and you're absolutely right. Like that's the big part. It could have caused a permanent.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that's what it is. And that's where we are now. Like I think for a lot of it for myself is just proving that I can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely. Are you being coached by Fonz?
No, so I don't.
Okay. So you run with Pegasus, Trey Pegasus.
I do just because their morning hours are the ones that
work with you.
that best fit. But
Yeah, that's cool.
but I've run with many run clubs.
Yeah.
I used to run with well, I still sometimes with OCRC Oak Cliff Run Club.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Yep,
in
yep. I like
Thursday
them.
evening. So I've ran with them. I've run with Endorphins. Usually, recently, actually, like I said, when I was in the midst of being injured, I would do my long runs with Endorphins. Just because it's easier to do your runs with folks, right? Especially if that are at your pace. So that was nice to be able to like have a group run with Endorphins. I ran with like Run0br or ZFT, like those Ohana, right? Like I've that's why I said I was like I've ran with like everyone. Like
Yeah, you know them all. I haven't run with any. I'll bump into something at one time if we go to White Rock. But you just need the vibe to be right.
Yeah,
It's like if it starts feeling student counseling to me, I'm like,
student counseling.
Some of them get that feeling sometimes. Yeah.
Student counseling. That's
like you have to do this. You have to I'm just like,
I think it's a positive influence.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But it's good to just dip in because it doesn't like everyone has their routines that they'll get part of, and it's identity at the core. And so when you're just bouncing from periphery to periphery, you still have your people who are around generally and who know you, which is cool. Especially.
So have you thought about venturing to the trails?
Have I thought about it?
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but I haven't fully committed.
Yeah.
I'm scared,
Fully
honestly.
committed.
It's probably
Wildlife.
Yeah. No, not even. I'm scared of tripping over something.
Yeah.
I was just about to say but I faced first yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like,
I've fallen all the time. Yeah, so.
but you don't. Well, I mean, it was just on the side.
Yeah, I went and ran with Trish.
But it doesn't happen often, does it?
Down here at Irwin, and she was like, "Well, my pace is like 8 minutes, 9 minutes." I was like, "What the?"
On the trail.
I was like, "Holy smokes, man! I'm gonna have to try to keep up with you." So I tried to keep up with her. I fell right away, face planted, and like skinned up my knee and everything.
And she rocked it. She rocked it at that.
Oh yeah. And she was like, "I'm injured and I'm running at that speed." I'm like, "Oh my god."
And she needs that training. She's an Olympic qualifier, but that
you know
for
her.
Yeah.
it's gonna be like
she's ridiculous, man. She runs in the 5 minute.
I wouldn't be a trail runner, but I would definitely get out and hit those hills hard if I'm her. And she should be at 8
So
minutes.
she's venturing to trails only now. She's getting away from that. So she was there in Houston with you, right? No,
Okay,
no, she wasn't in Houston.
I was
with
like,
you.
I don't think I saw her.
No, she went to Houston. She went to Indianapolis with that group, I think.
Okay, yes, I did go to Indy. I did.
Oh, you did?
I did
Okay.
the half marathon in Indy.
Okay, she was there, right?
Indy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's we talked about this just with on a previous show, normalizing distance. When you just said I did the half, now it just seems like a normal, like 13 for somebody who doesn't run. It's like 13, but now it's like, I just did that. It should fall out like that. And then the
13 ain't shit.
The 20s fall out.
Oh no,
That's
I
3
mean,
more miles
It
around
is
White Rock.
something,
Come
but
on.
it's just in your regimen. Your mental range now is like a thing.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get 50 in my head.
Wow.
Once it's in your head, then you're like, okay. And then he's 100. I
It's
haven't done a 100
your
miler
body,
yet.
Your body sees it.
You know,
So
yeah.
that's what
Your
happens.
body has to see it first.
Your body's been there.
The buckles,
it's been
I don't have a
present
buckle.
before,
Yeah.
and it's like once you're present and you've been there, it's like, hey, well,
Yeah.
But it's got to be a space in your head where Eric, just shut up and sign up for the BMW marathon, right? I just signed up for 100 because I'm like, I ain't in it until I get a buckle. I've done a lot of 50s, a lot of 50K, but I got to do 100. But to your point, in a meaningful way, anybody can be out there for a week. I'm sorry. In my own fast. I mean, I still want to do it in a respectful, like, whoa,
So-
that guy was running.
I'm not gonna knock 26.2 from anybody, right?
No.
But like you just said, anyone can be there in a week, or anyone can walk it, right? Like whatever. I think that's where it is proving to yourself, can you do that in that allotted time, right? And I think this is like just to give these races the credit that they deserve and to give these races the spaces that they have. Because if anyone can just come and walk it, then that's cool, right? Like, cool. But is that race deserving of that title? If anyone can just come and do it, does that make sense? And I don't want it to sound elitist, because it's not saying that that everyone can, like, but it's, you still have to be able to do it within that time frame or within
you still keep
that.
your own goals too, and your own goal, but against a larger standard. I'm coming from 253, and I just qualified last year for the doggone Boston again. But then they say when you get to the woods, Eric, it's going to slow down like a minute and two. And guess what? I thought it was, to be real talk, I thought it was a corny little suburban sport for like, and I'm like, no, there are people out here running 8-minute miles over 35, 50K. When I'm like, okay, so it's a real thing. And so it's chasing me. So to your point, so the challenge is on now. I still have to get 50 and under, like, it sounds slow, but not in the woods, 12, 11-minute pace. And so I've been doing.
No, that's a good.
No, that's. Because isn't that also includes the breaks and the rests and all that, right?
Down.
Yeah. So that's where it's different. I know people ask me all the time, like, do you stop for water? And I was like, yeah, and the clock keeps going. And it's like,
yeah, I'm for the porta potties and for everything. It's like, geez.
Yeah. But your question was, how do you get in your mind that it's just?
Yeah. How do you normalize? You normalize 13. 26 is normal now too, I guess, right?
I don't think 26 is ever normal.
Yeah.
I mean, the distance.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's tough.
The time, that's when you. Yeah. So if you ask me,
so it's your own goal pressure that has it as.
Yes. Yeah. Now, so could I go run that today? Sure.
Without thinking about it.
Yeah. But could I do that today in the allotted time that I would want? Not necessarily. So I think that that's where the difference comes. And that's why I said, for me, with first marathon, it was like, I just want to prove to myself that I can run this distance before they say, like, and then when I mean they, I mean like the race, like the people who put on the race, right? But for me, it was like, I just want to make sure that I'm capable of doing that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just literally time on your feet, right? Like the more time you have on your feet, the more it is.
And quality time. I mean, it's time and quality time, which before these other races, I would say if I can get 4 4-hour runs in, I'm good for any 50. But if it's under that, I've got to run it in. If I don't see 10 something, then to your point, I don't feel there's no medal out there, or but there's a disappointment if you're training for this distance and you're seeing, Eric, you ran 10 miles yesterday. It was only 700 elevation. You better be in the 10 to 11 minute range.
Yeah.
But it's just your own thing.
Yeah. But
Trish should be out there in like 10 to 11. Dude, I'm in my wheelchair. I'm going to be right next to you.
So this is the part where I also had to learn how to give myself a lot of grace, to understand that, like, did you eat the right stuff? Did you rest? Did you go out the night before? Did you drink something? Is something hurting your, like, all of these different factors that we may or may not have control over, because those can make the difference in training, 100%. Right? And then just going back and like, okay, well, now I know that, like, I get heartburn when I eat hot food, even though I love hot food, and I can't eat hot food before a long run, right? Like, and that sounds so, but sure. But then now I know,
heartburn,
right?
Porta potty.
That's real.
Yeah.
It's like,
So so that's why I said giving yourself grace. Yep. But now and a lot of it is trial and error, right? Because I would not have known that, like, eating hot food was gonna give me heartburn. That would have messed up my run on a Saturday. But now I know.
Yeah, it's messed up. Yeah.
So
you learned.
So now I know not to eat hot food on a Friday because I got a long run the next day. Or even things like soda, right? Where it's like I get side stitches, and it's like, don't drink carbonated drinks, because I get side stitches. So that's why I said about giving yourself grace. So it's like, for you, it would be like, well, why was my time this? Or like, why was this different than whatever other day that you performed better? Like, and that's the only way that I know how to, like, get better. And
you get your own rituals start to set your good ones, and you recognize your bad ones. Like for me, that one, I have to run on empty. I'm eating one little thing at the very beginning of 20 miles, but I can't have eaten before or after all that mess. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. So,
Yeah.
you have anything coming up?
So I signed up for CIM in December.
I almost signed up for CIM.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, but I think I'm gonna do Houston maybe
Okay.
next year.
Next
Right?
year.
What? Yeah, or
When
Yeah.
is CIM?
It's in December.
yeah. So I almost did, but then I thought about the traveling and the cost of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of stuff this year, so I was like, oof, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried to talk Roy into doing it. You know Roy, yeah.
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 So we were going to both sign up, but then he's like, let's just do Houston. I was like, all right.
Yeah. So that's the main.
That's your focus now?
Well, for
Training
now,
up to it?
yeah. I haven't started definitely
Yeah.
like just training.
Did you register for it already?
I did register.
Okay, so you
so
got
it's on the calendar.
Yeah.
That's the only thing on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
There may be other races in between that get added, but on the calendar, like that's the only one.
Do you know that McKinney has a BMW half?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I might register for that actually.
Oh,
See,
that's awesome.
I haven't done
feel
a
it,
half
dude.
marathon in forever, but right here in McKinney, they're doing the BMW half,
Yeah.
which is pretty wild. $99
Yeah.
to sign up. So I was like, man,
It's
maybe
the
I'll-
first one.
Maybe I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it goes through. It starts at Tups. It's like a brewery,
Mhm.
and then it goes through downtown. I guess McKinney, which is pretty cool. I like it. I've ran from here to downtown, so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are fun runs. I want to do. I don't know if either one of you have been long Trinity run because they're hooking up all of that trail.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I don't like running on the sidewalk as much, but I'll do it on that Trinity just to run all the way as far
Yeah, that'd be
east and
cool.
west as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Trinity. They had the levee, which was the
Yeah.
Trinity River,
Mm-hmm.
the bridge or whatever, and
That's where you guys at Oak Cliff started us off that one time.
I
right?
think
They're right at the
yeah.
bridge, Margaret something bridge going into downtown.
They're,
But it's right
they're
on
off
the-
of
it's right on the,
Colorado, right? Or they're on that side.
Yeah.
And then they come across. Yeah, that's awesome. The what was I going to ask you? Oh yeah, what's your favorite movie, by the way?
That's tough. I don't know. Honestly, like,
Did
do you want
that
the
stump you?
do you want the real answer? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we've had some wild ones. Yeah. So.
Oh no, this is probably like so girly. Like,
No, we've had some really girly ones coming from dudes. So yeah, yeah. Tell us whatever.
my favorite movie is A Cinderella Story.
A Cinderella Story.
A Cinderella Story, the one with
that-
Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
got it.
Yeah.
Never seen that yet.
And-
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, that one.
Cinderella Story.
Yes, it's so I mean, it's teenage years, but it's like Cinderella. So I love Cinderella. So
Yeah.
if you ask me like, who's your favorite Disney princess?
Who's
I'd
your
be like,
favorite Disney princess?
yeah, Cinderella. So it's a Cinderella story, and it's cute. It's set in California, and he's a football player. She's a maid, like her stepmom. Like she's
the
like
Cinderella Story.
it is. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
real time,
Like the dad died, and then the stepmom, like you know,
tortured her. and
yeah,
locked
it's
her
pretty
in the
pretty
dungeon.
much. And then she's like at a masquerade ball, and it turns out that like they'd been aiming each other. So this is back in like AOL days, you know, like AOL. Yeah, so they'd been like aiming each other the whole time, and then he like turns her down because he's a jock, and she's like some like.
She's
you
not
know,
cool enough for him.
She's
at
not
the
cool
moment.
enough for
Yeah.
him. And then she gets the guts and like calls him out in the middle of the football field kind of thing, and is like waiting because there is a drought, and then it's like waiting for you in this drought is like useless and disappointing or something like that. And it's just like it's
Silence on the field at
it's
that
like
point.
mic drop, and then it starts raining because there was a drought.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my real favorite
Okay.
movie.
What's your fake?
I don't know. Probably I would say maybe like episode 3 of Star Wars, just because I think that sounds cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Like if you were like just because that sounds cooler, like you know. I always said
agree.
Ep 3. Yeah.
Episode 3.
episode 3.
Star Wars. Is that Return of the Jedi?
That
No.
is the Revenge
No.
of the Sith.
Revenge of the
The
Sith.
Sith, yeah. But
Yes.
That is
when I
Revenge
first
of the
heard that,
Sith.
I didn't like the word Sith when I
with-
first heard
Oh
it.
yeah, that's great. That's a good one. Yep. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about now. Has Mace Windu in it? Doesn't he die in that one?
Yes. Anakin does before Anakin turns into Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's-
That's the line you were using earlier.
Yes.
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 And
That he was the chosen one.
And Obi-Wan has higher
the
higher
chosen
grounds.
one,
I
yeah.
got higher grounds, Anakin. And
I love all the chosen one lines.
that's good.
When the Matrix first hit the Neo, like,
oh yeah, that's fantastic. Matrix stuff. So if someone's trying to find you on social media or any way of getting a hold of you, do you have social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. So it's usually just Silvia. But I think my @ name is SIL_VIA_DE.
Ooh,
God, it's deep undercover.
It's not
super confusing.
It's not
Silvia.
undercover.
That's all right.
It's just because I don't think when I created the Instagram, there was like Silvia just didn't pop up. So I just was like, I don't have any cool like.
Yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, because there's a lot of Silvias out there.
I
so
just
that's
don't have
a
any
tough
cool
one, yeah.
anything. And then as time goes on, your @name has been around for like ever. So like I don't want to change it. And I just
for sure.
It's like your phone number.
Yeah.
You can't miss that SILB. I mean, is that what you said?
V.
Oh, V.
VIA_SILV.
That's her. Yep.
Yeah.
DE. Yeah.
Yeah. And then DE because that's my middle name. Because like I said, nothing.
Your middle name's De.
Deutschland, you get a lot of German folks passing through the page thinking, "Oh, that's a DE."
No, it's Deyanira.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, Silvia, this is the end of our episode.
Okay.
So I want to thank you for coming out and sharing this time with us. It was very nice and hearing your story.
Thank you so much.
Very cool, man.
Yep. And we are out.
Full journey, nice. That was a trip. Yeah, it's all a part of it, man. Like we like to hear the whole thing.